Hello everybody, happy Wednesday. I wanted to discuss today is immunity. Natural immunity versus medicine-induced, it's not even immunity, but support when you're sick. Okay, so I actually got in a discussion, I get actually in discussions all the time about this because this is something I'm very passionate about. This is something why I do natural solutions, and this is why I study so much, so I actually know what I'm talking about in situations like this. And I'm obviously not going to go through everything because this is a really long discussion and I want to keep this video short, but please contact me if you have any questions about this. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about is I was sitting with a mother the other day, and she was saying, we were talking about some natural solutions for her and her family's health, and she's like, you know what, when I get sick, I trust medicine way more. And I said, well, that's interesting, because I hear that a lot. And I asked her some more questions about why she thinks that, and it's really because that's what we've been led to believe. When we don't know what else to do, we turn to medicine. And that's completely understandable. They have had so many inventions and things. I mean, lots of science behind stuff, and right? They do so much research, and they work so hard at inventing all kinds of things to help our bodies. And so I get that. And yet, what's happening is, especially with antibiotics, is that we are creating these superbugs. They are being resistant because what's happening is they're just mutating. They're just becoming something else. It's like a cancer in our body. It's just mutated cells that are going out of control. Well, bacteria is pretty intelligent as well. It's not like bacteria is new to this planet. Bacteria has been here before humans, probably, right? So we have to really look at what's going on here and the intelligence behind our body. Now, somebody with an immune system, I highly recommend, obviously, chiropractic care, because somebody who's under regular chiropractic care has their immune system is working way better than anybody else. But now, what can you do to help support your body when when there's an actual threat happening? We have antibiotics, but there's no antiviral drugs out there. And the reason being is that medicine can't outsmart the body. And so bacteria floats outside the cells, and so that's why antibacterial drugs are efficient, because they kill everything in its path. Good or bad, doesn't matter. It does not work with the body, it just kills everything in its path, right? And so it goes there. But viruses actually can cross the cell barrier, and viruses are stronger, and that's why they take longer. They need higher fevers to combat against. The body needs to work a little harder, right, to get these cells, because they actually, the viruses, because they cross that cell barrier. But drugs cannot, medicine drugs cannot cross that cell barrier. They, and luckily, because it would, if you had synthetic stuff crossing the cell barrier, and it would really affect our DNA and all kinds of stuff. But plants are so amazing, and they work with the system. They work with our bodies, and they can cross the cell barrier, and they can help support our bodies in combating these viruses. Okay, so the buy one get one free oils that doTERRA has today is buy an oregano and get a melaleuca for free. These two oils are must-haves in every home, just to be prepared for when something happens. Okay, so as well as, not just that, actually, for daily support. So oregano is really, really supportive for the immune system. Oregano is one that, although it's very hot, it's like you need a little bit extra thought in how you're going to use it because it's hot. A great way is, because our feet are so tough, our feet can handle, they're not as sensitive as our other skin. So if when in doubt, just stick it on your feet, okay? That's what I like to do. And then it'll absorb through your feet into your system and get to every organ within 20 minutes. It's so wonderful for the immune system. If you think, oregano grows in almost every garden, right? We use it all the time. It is so safe for ingestion. And it is so wonderful for so many reasons. For actually, for parasites, it's wonderful. I like to do with coconut oil. I put it on my belly, and I'll do 10 days on, 10 days off, 10 days on, right? It's so wonderful for anything parasites. I have friends using it for candida and rubbing it on their bodies. You can even just put it on the bottom of your feet. You don't even have to put it over the area where you're having issues. Okay, so because it gets absorbed and it works through the whole system, your body is working at it, and the oregano is helping with the antioxidants and boosting and just its natural anti-parasitic, antimicrobial, antifungal properties that it has. So like, they naturally have these things. You don't see parasites growing on oregano plants, right? You don't see bacteria growing on oregano plants. It naturally has those properties. Okay, tea tree as well. It has antiviral properties, antibacterial properties naturally on there. And so when you're extracting that essential oil, we're harvesting it and using it. This is a practice that's been happening since the beginning of time, and it's even cited in the Bible hundreds and hundreds of times. So it's and there's tons of science. I just posted earlier some of the science behind it and a little video you can watch about how it all works. But oregano and melaleuca are two that if I am out, especially if I'm traveling somewhere where I don't know the area. Right now I'm in Florida. I mean, that's almost the same as Georgia, right? So I'm not worried about drinking the water or anything like that. But if I'm going somewhere where I'm, they say don't drink the water, careful, and wash your hands all. Absolutely, tea tree oil and oregano are coming with me and will be applied daily, because I want that extra boost for my system to be able to combat things. Also, just having it in your home, my kids come back with all kinds of stuff. When there's immune challenges happening, that On Guard and the oregano go on the feet. The tea tree is a good one because it's not so hot to ingest. I've used actually oregano on warts. Works amazing on warts. My daughter had these crazy warts. They were starting to multiply, and within just a few days of putting it, it was able to get the little black part out of it, and it was amazing. We've used it. We've used it for so many different things. I even like cooking with the oregano. It's wonderful. It's hot, so just use a little bit, right? You can even just use a toothpick to use it and do that. The melaleuca is great even for canker sores. The melaleuca for cuts and scrapes to make sure that infections don't happen because of its natural properties that it has on there. So that's a great one to just carry around in case anything, in case you do get cut by anything or anything like that. The properties are so amazing that it is. That's why it's part of our top 10 oils kit for every home. Those top 10 oils kits, I mean, literally every home should have those top 10 oils, because it will help you be prepared for over 70% of anything that happens in your home. Just, and if you don't have it on hand, let's say I got a horrible parasite, I got some ringworm, I got I don't know, all kinds of stuff could happen, right? A virus or something. And what happens if I'm really sick and I don't feel well and I don't have these oils in my home? What happens? I have no way to help myself. So where do I end up? I end up in the drugstore, I end up at the hospital, I end up all these places that cost way too much money. And they come with a side effect. They come with, then now I have to heal from all this other stuff, right? So if you can have some natural plant medicine in your home, you can help support yourself. It has been a game changer for us in our home, and I hope that you have them in yours. If you have been wanting to try them for a while, the tea tree and the oregano is buy one, get one free today. It is such an amazing deal. You can even start with the starter kit and get those added on for extra bonuses and freebies. Let me know. You can get 3 free oils today with selected starter kits. But back to the immunity. So your immune system, we need to take care of it. We need to take care of our bodies. They are our first defense mechanism against all of this stuff that's going on. And it's so important. And so anyway, if you the point is that plants really do work with our bodies, and they come with no side effects, right? Medicine does come with side effects typically when it's a synthetically engineered. So I hope this makes you think about it just a little bit. I know I didn't go into huge detail about stuff. If you'd like to have a conversation about it, reach out to me. I'm here for you. All right, have a beautiful day.